Good morning from Pigeon Forge, Tennessee. We are here for Jeep Invasion, but that doesn't start until Thursday. Move-in day for me is tomorrow because Sully is inside in the RCV booth. So we've got today completely wide open, and Izzy and I are going to go see what we can find in the Smoky Mountains. We are actually, I was looking at the map, we're actually going to North Carolina, which sounds like it's really far away, but it's not. Pieced together a little route, mostly scenic, but potential for some for some fun stuff. But we're gonna go see what we can find. I've never been in this area before. Well, I say I've been to Pigeon Forge in Gatlinburg 30 years ago, but I've never wheeled in this area. Never been on a dirt road in this area. So I'm excited to see what it's like. I suspect, just from driving here, I suspect it's going to be very, very, very much like the Ozarks. So familiar, but I can't wait. I'm super pumped. People keep asking, when are you coming out east? When are you coming out east? And the answer is now. Not going to be able to spend as much time here as I want, but going to take advantage of every opportunity that I have. Driving along the highway to get to the trailhead definitely feels like home. Crossing over the quite beautiful Pigeon River. Looks like we got rafters getting ready to go in. That looks fun. Those are cool. Wow, those are beautiful. Watch for trucks. I got a weird place to find trucks. Although technically, I'm in a truck, so watch out for me. Well, it's getting started. There's a little campsite right there. Not very level, but there's a fire ring and some wood. All right, off to a good start. Well, campsite is right over there. I decided this would be a good spot to go ahead and air down the tires, give Izzy some water. It's a beautiful little stream through here. I actually got a water crossing today. A little one, but it counts. Pigeon Forge did get, or this whole area got hammered last night with thunderstorms, or most of the day yesterday. Izzy, don't get in the water. So I'm curious to see what impact it's had on the trails. I mean, this isn't, I don't know what this was like yesterday. Maybe this was almost dry yesterday and now it's flowing well. Not sure. But I'm super pumped to be in this area, exploring it for the first time. It's gonna be a good day. I pieced this route together last night through a mix of trailsoffroad.com, a little bit of Onyx, and of course bringing everything into Gaia GPS because they've got the best maps. But I've seen mixed reports on some closures, some temporary closures on a couple of these trails that are, you know, kind of the most fun. So I'm just kind of going anyway to see what I can find. You know, and these are the more moderate trails that had the reported closures. But I'm gonna go explore them, even if I do encounter, you know, road closed signs or whatever, and I have to turn around and reroute. I at least want to get a feel and a taste of, you know, what a moderate trail in this area looks like. Because there's a ton of trails. I could just wander, but I wanted to have some sense of, you know, where I was going and what I was getting into, since I do have to clean this thing up and move in to the inside vendor area in the morning. So I don't want to go too crazy. So if I have to back up, reroute, yeah, that's fine. I just want to see what it looks like, see what it's like. I'm so excited. The weather has changed drastically by how it's been, well, since we got here. The plan wasn't to be in Pigeon Forge until late today or even early tomorrow. We were gonna visit a friend in far northeastern Tennessee on our way through. Do some shooting with him. But he had a impromptu, unexpected work trip come up because he works for Gun Owners of America, and there's been all kinds of excitement and stuff with the new judge's ruling on the suppressors and short barrel rifles and stuff. Anyway, he's been real busy. So, but that's exciting. Wow, little waterfall down there. So we punted and found a little spot to camp that had power hookups because it was hot and we could plug in and run the air conditioner nonstop. But it was so hot, even with the air conditioner running for an hour, it was still 93 degrees inside the Ross Monster. It was that hot outside. So we like, okay, we can't do this. And punted. And went ahead and came on into Pigeon Forge. The hotels actually are pretty cheap in Pigeon Forge. I didn't know. So that's what we're doing. Then tomorrow we move into a house with our friends Ed and Sarah from Lehman Upfit, and we're gonna have a lot of fun at Jeep Invasion. I don't know which way to go here. There's options. Kind of choose your own adventure. This is great. Oh, this is gorgeous. Wow. Look how beautiful this little stream is. I don't know if it was flowing like this before the rain, but it sure is beautiful today. I kind of think this isn't normal for mid-August. Well, someone had a bad day. Like, how in the heck did that get here? Like, did it roll from somewhere? Or was it left there? Definitely been used for target practice, so I bet it's been here a while. Huh. Well, I am not at all familiar with Appalachian. I'm gonna say it wrong, no matter what I choose. So, I am not familiar with Appalachian mud. So, if I find any obviously big holes, definitely gonna have to check them, because I don't know what I'd be getting myself into. Definitely wet up here. This is one ginormous hill climb. Ever since that water crossing, that last water crossing, I have just been climbing and climbing and climbing and climbing. Non-stop. There's always the debate back and forth. Which is harder, East Coast or West Coast wheeling? And I think just about all those conversations in regards to the East Coast is at off-road parks. Out west, there's very little off-road parks because it's all public land. You know, you got Moab, Fordyce, the Rubicon, places in Arizona, just a lot of hardcore wheeling out west on public land. I think, y'all East Coasters, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think most of the conversation in regards to the East Coast is private off-road parks. So I'm curious, is there hardcore wheeling in national forests? There's no BLM land on the East Coast. Is there hardcore wheeling in national forests on public land, not private off-road parks? Because you never, you see people, when it comes to overlanding and not hardcore off-roading, I don't see East Coast overlanding talk about challenging obstacles. Maybe mud, probably mud. But I'm curious. So for you East Coast overlanders that have been begging me for years, when you come into the East Coast, is what I'm seeing right now the norm? And if it is, it's fine. It's beautiful. I love it. I don't know if I can get under this tree. Oh yeah, I can. No problem. Oh, yeah, I got it. Piece of cake. So let me know, is there hardcore off-roading on public land on the East Coast? Because we do plan on coming back. Like, I'm already loving this, and definitely want to experience more of this and camping in this. So let me know. Let me know where I need to go. Well, that was the end of that trail. That was fun. I spent the whole time in two-wheel drive, which is fine, but it was still fun. All right, just past a gate that was open. I'm on the section of trail that report said part of it was closed. There's supposed to be a beautiful overlook here in a mile or so, so hopefully I can at least get there. If I have to turn around, that's fine. I can reroute. Well, according to both Google and Trails Off-Road, there's supposed to be a viewpoint here called Buzzard's Roost. But I guess you gotta hike to it. So, I guess I'm hiking. I can hear I-40 from here. All right, I mean, I guess Buzzard's like sitting here looking at the interstate. It is a beautiful view, but not what I was expecting. Not of I-40. I mean, take I-40 out of it, and yeah, this is a pretty view. Very nice. That's a steep climb. Now that I'm back up here, I gotta unlock the Jeep. Now's a good time to thank the sponsor of this video, 3W Floor Mats. 3W has been really good at the channel, and I've got 3W floor mats in both the Gladiator and the Ross Monster. A lot of people overlook how important traction is on your feet. And when I'm crossing streams like I have been to set up cameras and stuff, my feet get wet. The rubber compound in the 3W floor liners, my feet just stick. I'm not slipping around trying to find purchase for my feet, and they work really, really well. I've had these in here for 9 months now, almost a year. I can't remember when I got them, but a while, and have really fallen in love with these things. They fit the Jeep and the Ford perfectly. They attach to the factory mounting locations. Super easy to clean. The compound just cleans right off. Really happy with these. So if you're, got wet feet or coming in and out of the rain, and your feet are kind of slipping around, check out 3W floor liners. People overlook that. It's just a little thing that I've noticed since I've had the 3W floor liners, is my feet don't slip around when they're wet. And when you're off-road, that's kind of a key component to keep your feet planted while you're driving. Pushing the gas, pushing the brake. So link is in the description. Go check out 3W floor liners. They have floor liners for all vehicles, not just Jeeps, not just Fords, but if you're rocking a Toyota, a Subaru, a Chevy, whatever, go check out 3W floor liners. Links in the description. Thanks 3W for sponsoring this video. Oh, this one has a pretty view. I keep seeing these signs, danger, keep out construction area, on these steel barriers. And it does make me wonder if the road will be closed as it gets to I-40 because of the construction that's going on. That would make sense. If I have to turn around on this and backtrack, that's not the end of the world. It's a beautiful road, it's a nice road, and I can move pretty quickly on it. But we'll see. Well, this gate's open. That's a good sign. I'm getting pretty close. If they were gonna shut this down, surely they would have shut it down by now. I am really close to the bottom where I-40 is, and if it gets closed down there, I'm gonna be more than a little annoyed. Because they could have closed it off a long time ago. might make it. Access to the interstate is right up here. I do have to get on the interstate for just a little bit, I think. I was really hoping for a water crossing here. That's a bummer. All right, it was open the whole way. That's awesome. Okay, this is gonna be weird because I have to get on the interstate, cross over to the other side of the interstate, which there seems to be a little connector road up here. And then the access for the next trail is literally off the side of the interstate. It's not like you don't take an exit. It's literally off the side of the interstate. Can't say that I've ever seen that before. Let's see. Still in two-wheel drive. Good. The Appalachians, whatever, do have a lot of tunnels. Alright, what I'm looking for is right on the other side of this tunnel. Right here. Hopefully. According to the map, this is a connector. This is weird. I'll just pass the sign saying right lane was closed, but the right lane is where I need to be to access the trail. So, but it's just around this corner. I think right at those barrels. Yep. Well, looky there. Oh, shoot. There's the gate. Alright, well that sucks. Alright, I got a plan B. Well, now that I've made this little detour on I-40, I could have avoided I-40 and just gone straight where I got off at the last trail. Because that's where I'm going to go. That's where I'm going to go from here. So I could have skipped all this. That's a bummer. That looked like a good, fun 2-track trail. And all the descriptions that I saw of it said that it was. That's right. Lots more to explore. Here we go. Like I got on the interstate right there. Could have just crossed. No trucks past this point. I'm confused. It says no trucks, not no vehicles. Okay. Okay, off on plan B. Another great resource for finding trails to run, kind of getting, a description and stuff like that if you're new to an area, is the Backcountry Discovery Route website, or the BDR. BDRs, they're primarily designed for motorcycles, but off-roaders, 4-wheel drives and stuff use them as well, because they make it a point to use, only legal Forest Service, BLM, county roads. They don't take OHV or motorcycle only areas. So it's a great resource, and I am actually on part of the Southeast BDR right now. And if you want to do like a full thing, the Southeast BDR is massive. It connects to the Northeast BDR, and you could run it, I think, from the Gulf Coast all the way up to Maine, I think. Like, that'd be a heck of a trip. Well, I was just driving along and saw this little offshoot, wonder where it went to. There was actually a camping marker on a tree, so this is a designated campsite by the Forest Service. right there on the stream. Little fire pit, little loop. It's beautiful. I'd camp here. I'm gonna mark it. Well, I'm a sucker for a waterfall and looked over and saw this. Neat little campsite. I think this is part of the Appalachian Trail. It's got rocks over there. I don't think you're supposed to drive down here. But I think this is part of the Appalachian Trail. I could be wrong. But look at that chute. That's beautiful. Let's get in the water. Not the mud. Ah. Okay, maybe the mud. There we go. Oh, what a, oh my gosh, this feels amazing. What a cool little, that's beautiful. Neat little swimming hole too. That's probably, I don't know, chest height down there based on where I am. That's halfway up the calf. Beautiful swimming hole. Okay, I'm falling in love with the Smoky Mountains. Feels a little like home, looks a little like home. It's beautiful. Okay, I checked the map. The guy's new update has a really nice hiking layer, and there's no hiking trail through here. So maybe maybe pull over and then set up a tent down there. I'm not sure. Oh, there's a nice campsite. Again, blocked off for so it's a walk-in. So that's weird. But we're not on a hiking trail. Well, that was one of the ways I was going to go. Guess I'm not now. This does make a longer loop, which is good. So, guess we're going this way. Hopefully. This looks like it's been graded or, I don't know, some work's been done here. At least it's not closed. Can I be honest with you for just a moment? Of course I can. That's what I do. Unfiltered honesty is what I do, for good or for bad. So we're here for Jeep Invasion, which people have asked us for years, when you coming to Jeep Invasion? When you coming to Jeep Invasion? And Jeep Invasion always is the same weekend as Overland Expo Mountain West in Colorado. Now last year we didn't go to either, but historically I have always gone to Expo Mountain West and have avoided Jeep Invasion because it's not my crowd. I know we're gonna meet a lot of amazing people at Jeep Invasion, so I'm really excited about that. So super pumped about that. But my issue with both Jeep Beach and Jeep Invasion is I'm a purist when it comes to the Jeeps. I think they are off-road vehicles first. You make massive compromises on pavement to drive them everywhere you want to go, but they are off-road vehicles first, and there is something very iconic and special about the 7-slot grill. Like you don't mess with it. And I don't do ducks. And my wife started a competition in Toledo for Jeep Fest about who can get the most ducks, and Sully won by like double. Actually, I've got the numbers. We haven't announced this, but I've got the numbers. Let's see, where are they? I gotta scroll. Nope, that's not it. There we go. 182 ducks on Sully, 76 on Ren. And she's carrying it over into Jeep Invasion. And I've already got messages. And also throwing in the challenge of who ducks harder. I said duck. Jeep Invasion or Jeep Fest. Like, if that's not a throwdown. But I've already had people message me like, oh, we got 600 ducks ready for you. I don't do ducks. I don't like, especially the ones that have them all over the dash. I'm like, where did they go when they like go fly out the window? If you go off road, they're gonna fly out on the trail. So if I get ducks, they usually go to my dogs. Izzy loves ducks. But there's a whole lot of ducks, and there's a whole lot of angry grills and non off-road build Jeeps. Like, we've already seen some. They're like 22 to 24 inch wheels, sidewall on tires that's smaller than my wrist, lights everywhere. And I'm all about lights for off-road purposes, but lights for, parking lots, I don't do that. I'm a function over form kind of guy. So I'm nervous about Jeep Fest. I'm worried that by the end of Jeep Invasion, that there will be so many angry grills and ducks that my eye's gonna twitch. So I'm gonna try for it not to, because I know we're gonna meet a bunch of amazing people. Some of them with angry grills, and that's fine. That's a personal choice. You don't have to do it my way. People look at my Jeep and judge it like, oh, that was heavy. Why you gotta dive all that crap on there? And that's fine. That's fine. But yeah, so just being honest, I'm nervous about Jeep Invasion. By the time this video has come out, we will already have had a full day of Jeep Invasion, and no, actually 2 days of Jeep Invasion. So y'all check in with me. If you're watching this, check in with me and see how I'm doing, because I'm nervous, and that's okay. New experiences are what all this is about. That's what this whole summer's been about. New experiences. Gone to lots of new places, lots of expos and shows and stuff we've never been to before, and we've been having a blast, minus the heat. The heat has been awful, atrocious, worst heat I've ever experienced up north. So, anywho, I have ranted now for 5 minutes, and that's a lot. I'm sorry, but I just needed to get that off my chest. I needed y'all to know. So after Jeep Invasion, we will head home, and we will have been gone almost 4 months. Little mixed about heading home. One, I love traveling, haven't loved the heat, but love traveling, seen so much. But we are heading back that direction because of Big Iron, Overland Rally, and Rendezvous in the Ozarks, which this is their 10th year and their last year for Rendezvous in the Ozarks. But one thing that I am super pumped about is I will get to hang out with my friends again, and Robert, who has the sweet 4Runner that does his best to keep up with the Jeeps, also has a Jeep Wrangler Rubicon, and that's his rock crawler. He has decided to purchase a brand spanking new Lexus GX 550 that he immediately took to his off-road shop of preference, Mud Connections, and I cannot wait to see this thing. Portal axles, I think 37s, maybe 38s. I think 37s. But this thing is going to be freaking amazing. Here's a picture from Robert. I hope I can do this. But here's a picture that he just sent this to us. That thing is going to be incredible. I can't wait to see it. I can't wait to wheel with him and get it out on the trails together. That's going to be exciting. That's going to be real exciting. So just know that's coming. If you want to see Robert's build, be sure and subscribe, follow along. It's going to happen, and I can't wait. I haven't been this excited about a friend's vehicle build in a long time, and that's going to be way cool. Well, I was hoping for more moderate trails today than scenic dirt roads. That's what I planned, but construction had other plans for me. And that's fine. When you're out exploring a new area, you know, you take what you get, you don't throw a fit, and you enjoy what you got. And even though this is just this is a beautiful dirt road, and it is beautiful, and I'm just soaking it in and loving it, and wondering what's around the corner, what's over there, where does that road go, and hopefully I'll get a chance to come back and find out. It is also good because I'm definitely finding places that, you know, we could travel along in the Ross Monster. The first trail, no, that's not a Ross Monster trail, but these Forest Service roads have been. That'd be real nice. Haven't found a lot of campsites. Actually, very few. But still looking. Well, I turned down this little offshoot loop. I was hoping it might lead to campsites, and indeed it does lead to this beautiful one. Little streams right over there. I like that one a lot. Gaia actually has quite a few, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 campsites at least. This one isn't marked, but marked on the map, which is super handy. I'm curious to check those out. Wow, that one is amazing. That is a great campsite. Holy cow. Okay, that one's a winner. Curious to see what the rest of them are like up here. Neat little bridge. Let's see. Oh, another campsite up there. Yep, that one's good. There's another one. Looks like someone's camped up there. That looks like a nice one. Man, all those are winners. Beautiful stuff. Well, apparently we have left the national forest and public land and now are back into private land and county roads. Still beautiful though. There's some land to call home. Wow. I wonder if they're putting in an RV park. Sure looks like they're putting in an RV park. Back on pavement. Looks like it winds through the mountains, so it's gonna be a real pretty drive. But I have a little bit of a dilemma. I was hoping to use more gas on this trip. Obviously, I filled up before coming out here. But in the morning, my Jeep goes inside, and the rules for all vehicles going inside at Jeep Invasion is you can't have any more than a quarter tank of fuel, maybe even an eighth. I need to look at that. And right now I'm above a half, and it only took me an eighth of a tank to get here from Pigeon Forge. So I'm not going to burn a whole lot getting back. So I need to utilize this Hemi without driving off around the corner and burn some fuel. That is a good thing about it. All I have to do is press the gas in a little bit, and I can burn a lot more gas than if I was just cruising along. But I don't want to have to just drive up and down the strip in Pigeon Forge to burn gas, because a lot of people have to do that, from what I'm told. And you have to disconnect your battery and some other things. I probably am not allowed to have fuel in my Rotopacks. I think I've only got like one of those is half full, so I'll dump that into Kara's, because her Jeep is outside at Jeep Invasion. Mine's inside. So, but I bet that's another one. I bet I can't have gas in the Rotopacks either. Well, found a great little spot here to air up. I figured if I'm gonna be, trying to use more gas, I should probably air up and reconnect the sway bar, because otherwise it might get squirrely. So, yeah, found this little spot here to air up. It's some little old market and deli, but it works. Thanks for watching. Super pumped to be in the area to be exploring some of the East Coast and the Appalachians, whatever. Y'all correct me in the comments. And exploring the Smoky Mountains. I want to come back. I very much want to come back and explore more. You just don't. There's just, the East Coast doesn't get the love that the West Coast does, because it doesn't have, all the public land that the West Coast does. But that doesn't mean that the East Coast isn't absolutely beautiful and amazing. So want to come back, explore some more. Maybe in the spring. I don't know. Maybe I don't know. I want to come back more. But thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed this one. Most of it was just a beautiful cruise, beautiful drive through the country, but that's all right. If you would, be sure to subscribe, like, hype, all that. Hype? I don't know what that was. Still teenager, I guess, at heart anyway. But like, subscribe, hype, and check out the description for all of our links and stuff, and discount codes, and Patreon and merch and all that sort of stuff is down there in the description. So see you next time. Thanks for watching. Bye.
100 feet, merge onto I-40. Continue on I-40 for 16 miles.
Well, I'm not going to burn a lot of gas behind the semi in a one-lane road.